3 strategic things that I'm doing in my online business to become more FTC compliant. Number one, I am educating myself. And not only that, I am educating myself from trusted sources I'm trying to vet like the best sources, and I'm also going to run everything by a lawyer who is familiar with FTC regulations and rules and cases. So first things first, yes, all this sounds a little scary and overwhelming, and there's certainly people that are going to overhype it and try to scare you into buying things from them. I am trying to talk about this in the most practical way possible. I am not a lawyer. I'm not affiliated with the FTC. I talk a lot about Anik Singh's book, Don't Say That. I'm not affiliated with him. He's one of the people that I'm learning from right now. But you need to go get your own legal advice. And so you want to educate yourself, because this whole thing with the FTC, it is real. It's not just hype and scare tactics. It's really happening, right? Don't listen to the people that are trying to scare you about it. But it is something that you do want to educate yourself about, and you do want to take it seriously. So as I'm educating myself, I am putting out this educational content, but make sure you go talk to your own lawyer. So the thing that's really important with speaking to a lawyer, not only do you want to make sure you speak to a lawyer about this, but you need someone who is actually familiar with FTC regulations and FTC cases, okay? Because the thing is, like Anik talks about in his book, that he had lawyers. He had a paralegal on his staff, and he asked his lawyers, what do I need to do to stay compliant? And they basically told him, because I don't know what their specialty was, but it was not in FTC law. And they told him, well, if nobody's complaining, then you're not going to have any problems. And that is sadly just not true. And I'm going to be making more content and kind of explaining what they're looking for, and how even if you're running an ethical business, you can still have problems with the FTC. And yeah, so go check those out. So first things first, I'm educating myself, and I'm not just Anik stuff. I'm reading the information on the FTC.gov. If you do Google searches, or whatever your search engine of choice, you can find information directly from the horse's mouth, so to speak. And not some of it's very legalese, and some of the stuff on the FTC site is a little more accessible to regular people. So I'm checking all that stuff. So that's the first thing I'm doing. The second thing that I'm doing is that I am taking down all of my testimonials for now. So one of the biggest things that people are getting in trouble for is that lack of compliance around testimonials. We can still use testimonials, but there's 4 requirements to make them compliant. And even though I'm using real testimonials from real clients, and I don't overhype them or use them out of context, it's still not compliant. So for right now, I'm taking down all of my testimonials. The third thing that I'm doing is I am changing my contract to include a 3-day cooling off period, or 3-day right of rescission. So here's where you really need to talk to a lawyer. But as I'm understanding it right now, the federal standard for right of rescission is 3 days. But individual states have their own policies, some of them 5 days, some of them 15 days, anything in between. So that's definitely something you need to check with a lawyer that is familiar not only with FTC laws and regulations, but also someone who's familiar with the state laws in the place that your business is based. So there you have it. My 3 things I'm doing: educating myself, taking down those testimonials until I can get them compliant, and changing my contract to the 3-day right of rescission. Going to be making more content around this, guys. Let me know what you want to hear. I am Heather Wild. I'm an ethical sales strategist who still has to get her shit together to be compliant. So I'll see you in the next video.